October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and while it can happen to both men and women, it is one of the most diagnosed cancers in American women. Joining me this morning is American Cancer Society CEO, Dr. Karen Knutson. And now is a perfect time to revisit the guidelines for screening, as I am sure they have changed over time, Karen.
Actually, they have, and it's an important aspect of guidelines that they follow the science. So what we know right now, based on data, ACS guidelines recommend that women starting at age 40 have that discussion with their primary care physician about what's the right time to start breast cancer screening. It's much more than just about your age. It's about your family history, your genetics, if you know it, and your own personal history. So that discussion at age 40 is important, but by age 45, all women should start annual breast cancer screening and continue. In fact, we've even thought about older women. So women age 75 and older, so long as they have a 10-year plus life expectancy, should continue annual breast cancer screening.
It goes all the way.
Well, you mentioned the age of 40. My mom was 43 when she was diagnosed, and I'm proud to say she's a 20-year survivor. And the message she drives home to everyone is that early detection saved her life. So elaborate more on the importance of early detection and just that message that is shared by the American Cancer Society.
Absolutely, you're so correct, and I'm glad to hear about your mom. It's a perfect illustration of what we know to be true. There are better survival outcomes with early detection. This is why it's so key to get into that regular routine screening strategy. Now, it is the case that we're asking everybody to grab their girls, and what does that mean? It means understand the breast cancer history from your family, your sister, your mother, your aunts. It also means grab your girls, your girlfriends, support each other for breast cancer screening, and as well, finally, know your own body. And if there's a change, something that doesn't seem right, don't delay. Go to see your primary care physician.
That's absolutely true. No one knows your body more than you. I've had the conversation with my doctor and my family's cancer history. Just drive the point home why it's so important to talk to your doctor about your breast cancer risk factors.
That's right. It is important to be your own best advocate. Don't wait for them to bring it up. You bring it up yourself, starting at age 40, because we know so much more now through advances in cancer research, how to stratify women into different risk categories. Someone who has a strong family history will need a different screening program. Someone who has a genetic risk, like a BRCA alteration, will need a different screening program so that we can catch those cancers early and eradicate them. So important to have that dialogue and develop the screening plan that's right for you.
And speaking of genetics, there are actually more breast cancer cases that are not tied to genetics than those that are. So even if someone at home is watching and thinking, well, it doesn't run in my family, I mean, what should we all be doing to lower our risk?
That's exactly right. You know, when we look at risk factors for breast cancer, about 30% of them are modifiable. And they're things that you'll want to do anyway. So do them. Maintain a healthy weight, maintain a healthy diet, be physically active, and limit alcohol. We know each one of those independently can contribute to breast cancer prevention.
Well, I have to say, I love the phrase that you just said moments ago, grab the girls. But sometimes sometimes the thought of getting a mammogram might scare or deter women from making an appointment. So what should we know about getting a mammogram before we go?
Yeah, so getting a mammogram has, it's safe, it's easy, it doesn't really take a very long period of time, and it's also much more sophisticated. Advances, again, in cancer research have allowed advances in imaging so that women, for example, who have dense breasts now have a better opportunity to have their breast cancers identified through technological advances. So we're better positioned now than ever to detect breast cancer early. But again, as a younger woman, getting that first screen, what they call the baseline, will be really important because all subsequent imaging will be compared to what it was like the first time you came in for your mammogram.
Well, Karen, we know this should be a discussion that we have 365 days a year, but it is October and we're heightening the awareness this month. Any last words you would like to share with our audience today?
Only that early detection saves lives, so grab your girls and go get it done.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope everyone is thinking pink.
You got it. Thank you so much for having us.